Hi, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you ever visit my channel, my name is Tran. I'm from Vietnam and I'm making videos sharing my experience living in the Netherlands and sometimes some tips and tricks that I learned from my own experience. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe as you are supporting me in making more videos in the future. Now, let's get started for the topic of today. Today, I would like to talk to you about some do and don't when you go study abroad and especially to the Netherlands. So the first thing that I would recommend and encourage you guys to do is to stay open-minded. I went study abroad. I was 18 years old. So at this time, I have to say that I was still naive. I have to be honest that I wasn't really doing any intensive research about the Netherlands, what are the norms here. Anything that I experienced at the time is really hands-on experience. It's good to know that some of the things that you experience in the Netherlands might be different from how you was born and raised in your country. As I mentioned in my last video, there's always good things and things that still need to be improved. So just see for yourself what suits you the best. The second rule that I would like to recommend is do learn the language. So unless that you move to an English speaking country, then you don't have to. But the rest, if you move to the Netherlands, then I would definitely recommend to learn the local language, because first it's really a gate for you to easily integrate with the community. People always appreciate when you show the effort when you try to learn the language, and that for the long term, if you not only plan to go study but also to eventually find a job and settle down in the country, then learning the language from beginning, especially during your study time, is really one of the best investment that can guarantee that language barriers are not going to be an obstacle to prevent you from getting the job. The third rule that I would like to mention is do build connection internationally. And what I mean with this is to not only having friends that from your own nationality, but also step out the comfort zone, get to know more friends coming from diverse backgrounds, because I think this is definitely what going to shape your experience as well. That you have friends from multicultural background that you got to know values the most through conversation. You learn the cultures, the cuisine, and just really open your perspectives. One of the purpose of going study abroad is finally point out to this point, right? To have international friends, to have new experience, to open up so many other perspectives that you haven't got to know when you living back home, when you're surrounded by familiar face, familiar customs. The fourth advice that I would like to give is definitely do take good care of documents and deadlines. So from the beginning of moving abroad, it's about sending your documents to IND for registering your personal information into the system, scheduling an appointment with the bank to open your bank account, and during your study, do check your email regularly, write down deadlines, remember when you have to hand in the assignment. Financial responsibility is what really motivate me to be mindful about all the deadlines and things that I really have to get it done in order to prevent the delay that not needed. To bring this point to a bigger picture, what I mean is that, for instance, if you not only go to the Netherlands for study, but also you do think of settle down here, then I think it's good to look in a long-term plan to see from the beginning. In order to eventually live here, I would need a valid resident permit, which means that it's not only granted for your study or 1 year for your job search, but eventually it will be either a permanent resident permit or a passport. So you need to know the process. I would take this as the literal example. So in order to get the permanent resident permit in the Netherlands, you need to live 5 years consecutively in the Netherlands, and you cannot live outside the Netherlands for longer than 6 months. So that is the first condition. The second one is that you need to pass your CVIT integration exam with testing your Dutch knowledge about language and social systems. The third one is that you need to assure that you have a stable income, so you have a job, you can take care of yourself. The fourth one is you need to have a valid resident permit, so that is from when you first came here would be on a study visa, then 1 year job search for instance, and might be that you get a job and you get sponsored by your company, then that would be highly skilled migrant. So you have a valid resident permit throughout the 5 years that you live in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands have to be your main resident, which means that most of the time you spend in the Netherlands and you have the registered address here. Definitely also important that you need to have a clean criminal record. The last advice that I would like to give is definitely do take mental health serious and take care of your mental health wealth. I was born and raised in a tropical country, which means that winter depression is something which is completely new to me when I first came here. And I think the first and the second year was fine. You're still excited, still adapting to the country, the culture, the norm. But I think the third year was really starting feeling some different. I remember looking through the windows of the family during the Christmas time. Family gatherings really make me feel I wish I was just be with my family. It's really important to build a support system that you do often call and talk with your family at home. There's a very outdated concept that me as a Vietnamese usually experience, that you don't really share the challenges. The thing that you show to people is only good, amazing thing that you have achieved. So I think that's really difficult for me in the beginning to also open up with my family and sharing on about my feeling. That's why you will see the Dutch really happy when it's nice weather, when they can go outside. They really enjoy doing picnic, enjoy the sun. And I only have two don'ts that I would like to share with you. And the first one is definitely do not just learn from the class. Nowadays, hands-on experience really important. That's also happened to the world. What's going on with technologies, with AI, you need to keep up, you need to be flexible. So it's very important that you're not only learning from theory, but you also get this hands-on experience from doing internship, working part-time while studying. These life experience will definitely give you lessons. Mostly, I think how to communicate with people, to be more active, maybe to pick up the work when you don't even need to be asked to do it. So these are the soft skills that still always needed. The last point of today's video is definitely do not compare your journey with others, especially when it comes to success and base. Go through things very unique than others. For instance, opportunities given to you to get to know this person that suddenly lead you to this opportunity, to lead you to this job. It's totally different from others. Do not compare. As long as you put in the work, as long as you live happily, as long as you see things that suit yourself and you decided to go with it in the long run, then in the end you will drive your own success. That is really also a hard lesson that I have learned during the past 7 years living in the Netherlands. So that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and again, like and subscribe would be the way to support me making more videos for you guys in the future. And let me know in the comments what is your advice or from your own experience, or maybe what you think useful from my video. See you next time. Ciao.